Hey there, hi there, ho there, Andrew here, the horror host for Generation X, Y, and Z, and this is the 15th installment of the Scare Actor Q&As, and if you don't know what the Scare Actor Q&As are, it is this. People have asked me questions in person and online about what it's like being a scare actor and what was the experience like working for Halloween Horror Nights in Orlando. And these are the answers to those questions. And if you've never seen any of the videos, make sure you go ahead and click the link above. It is a playlist of all of the Scare Actor Q&As. And like I said, this is the 15th installment, so you got 14 other videos to go ahead and watch. And if you have a question, you haven't seen it in any of the previous videos at all, go ahead, leave a comment down below. If it's a good question, if it's not a repeat or anything like that, I will go ahead and I will put it in a future video. I will make sure that I leave a comment on there so you're notified that it's going to be in an upcoming video as well. But before we begin, a big old shout out goes to Rocky Garcia, sending me this picture of how he watches the videos on the channel. You too can see your name and hear your name on a shout out. All you have to do is send me a picture of how you enjoy watching these videos on this channel. And even better, take a picture of yourself wearing the Blitzbolt shirt or any of the other shirts that I have put up on the link. I'll put that link up there as well, and you can take a look at it. All the other different shirts that I got going on, which is only a handful. But at any rate, that reminds me, before I'm going on to anything else, if you have sent me a picture and you have not seen it yet, I've taken all my pictures and I've been moving them over into a different folder from my computer to my laptop. And I don't think I got everything. So if you haven't seen a picture that you have sent me yet, hit me up again on social media, either on Facebook or on Twitter. DM me on either Messenger or DM me on Twitter. Send me the picture again. Just say, hey, you know, I haven't seen my picture yet. I will make sure that I will be getting it on an upcoming video. Now let's get into the questions. Mike M asks, hey Andrew, I have two questions. First, how much shorter are the express lines from the regular lines for the houses approximately? Second, how would you recommend getting a lot of the scares in the houses at HHN? I know it's mostly based on timing, but would you recommend walking slower or something like that? Thanks. Love the Q&As. Both are good questions, Mike. Thank you for asking them both. Let's get into the first one. And by the way, sorry for getting so late in a HHN question about the event itself. The express lines are basically giving you the ability to cut the wait time down in half, which means if your standby time, the general admission time that's there is, let's say, 60 minutes. You are going to wait 30 minutes. Or if it is 120 minutes, you're going to wait an hour. So is the express line cut down so it's only a couple of minutes? No, it's going to be half the time on there. Now, let's go into the second question, how to get the best scares, or at least a lot of scares. My answer to that is look scared. That's the easiest way. I know that might sound a little lame, but if you look scared, scare actors are going to try and scare you. Now, you can also do what I do, because I don't look scared when I go in there. Actually, I tend to laugh and enjoy myself way too much, and I just don't look like the proper mark for getting scared. So what do? I wait until some scare bait comes in. And what is scare bait? That is one of the classifications that scare actors put people in. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I have a link for that video where I list a whole bunch of different classifications. Find out which one you are. And basically, I find scare bait, and I let them go through in front of me, and I get right behind them. That way, when I'm going through the house, they're freaking out. All the scare actors are jumping right on top of them, and you get a chance to see every scare there is. It doesn't happen to you, but you get a chance to see the scares. And the next question goes to Chief Nico, who says, if you had the opportunity to play a major horror character in a movie, would you take it or prefer directing it? Love the videos and road to 2,000 subs. What an awesome question. Thank you. Road to 2,000 subs. And keep on chugging. That's what we're going for. It's tough to say if I would want to be a character versus directing it. I would love to direct it and play the character. That would be pretty cool. One of my all-time greatest things that I would want to do is to play Dr. Loomis. I know I'm a big dude, and Dr. Loomis isn't normally played by a big dude, but that's who I would play. And if I had the chance to play him, yeah, I would let somebody else direct that. That's no problem. But if it was something about just playing like the big bad in some horror movie, whether it's direct to video or something like that, I wouldn't mind directing something like that also. I think that would be pretty fun. I am working on some scripts. I'm working on a short, and which might actually even become like a web series. I'm still toying around with that idea. And then I'm also working on a feature film screenplay as well, or a full screenplay. I don't know, short and a full feature. So we'll see how those turn out. Christina McCarthy has the next question, which is, how can you convince a friend to go to HHN when they are on the fence about going? Again, a very late answer to these type of questions, since more than half of the run, since there's only like a week and a half left of the run in here, you probably have already gotten the no or yes, and you might have already gone by now. So I am sorry once again for getting to these questions so late. There's just so many of them. I will say this. If your friend is potential scare bait, they might not want to just go. But if you tell them there's safety in numbers and you got a group of people, the scare bait feels a little bit safer, especially if there's other scare baits in the group. Because if that's the case, it's just Russian roulette, basically. Somebody's going to get hit in the group. And like I said, safety in numbers works with that. Again, if you don't know if you are the scare bait or not, chances are you are, but check out that video and find out what your classification is. The following question goes to Perkaholic, who says, Q&A, how do you get to your position for scaring during a cast change? Well, that answer is really depending on where you are. And when I say where you are, I mean what location you're at. If you are a scare zone or if you're a house. If you're a scare zone, you are literally going through the divider fence that all of the employees go through during the daytime. So nobody sees you come on or offset for the most part. You just kind of sneak in there and go out and do your scares, especially if you're like the roaming hordes or something along those lines. But I will say this, for Halloween Horror Nights number 25, when I was part of the run Blood, Sweat, and Fear, we had to we had to go by the queue line itself, and since there was no double exposure is the proper term for it, there were no characters that were the same, so we could all be individuals, and we all walked in like it was like we were going on set for the show, because that's what it was. It was a television show. So we kind of played it up, kind of like we were like American Gladiators type thing, waving the flags and taunting the crowd going there, which was a lot of fun because it really amps up everybody that was in the queue line. Damian Castro asked the question, hey Andrew, I'm an upcoming scare actor for HHN in Hollywood, and I was curious as to, do you still get paid when you switch groups for 45 minutes, or only you getting paid for the time you're performing? I must have saved these questions to put them all into one for some weird reason, like, hey, this is the tardy video. Am I allowed to say that? Is that PC? It doesn't matter. I'm not PC. So, obviously, Damien already knows this because he's working it, and he's been working it for a couple of weeks. But for those that do want to know the answer to this, the answer is this. You do get paid for the time that you are offset and the time that you are on set. Basically, you get paid the entire time you're there except for your lunch. So if you're working 8 hours, you get paid 7.5. How do you take your lunch? During one of your 45-minute breaks, you clock out for 30 of those 45 minutes. And that means you get paid for 15 minutes during that break. And that's how you get paid. John Morris has the question, is there a lot of drama between scare actors, or is there no drama at all? Well, to answer that, it's a simple yes and no. And that is the answer. Really, you're talking about hundreds and hundreds of people working together. No matter where you work. If you have that many people, there's going to be drama. I don't care where you are. Plus, put in factors of people are hot and they're sweaty and they're dehydrated, they're aching. There's going to be cranky people. And that's guys and girls. There's not drama that's exclusive to one particular type of person. It's all across the board. I mean, when you get into that right mode, people do the silliest things and argue over the silliest things, like, that's my chair. I put my my mask or my robe, or I put on my drink, or my styrofoam cup is there, or I wrote my name on my styrofoam cup. Where's my styrofoam cup? Because somebody cleaned up after their mess, and now they're all upset because their cup is gone. It's weird things like that. That's the drama that you would normally is that a word? That you would normally see. But it all really depends on the individual there. And like I said, that comes across with every type of person. Felicia Pulo asks, I know I asked a question in the last video, but I just thought of this one. What are your opinions on extreme haunted houses? As a actor, as a guest, or just as a general person? I have very mixed feelings on the concept personally, and I don't think I would ever do one. I love regular haunted attractions, though. What are your thoughts? Well, as a actor or scare actor, as a guest, or I'd like to think I'm a general person. As a general person, I have mixed feelings on this as well. As a actor, a scare actor, I don't think I would. I don't think there's any need for me to go ahead and be part of an extreme house. I don't think I would get anything else out of it that I haven't gotten already as a scare actor at Halloween Horror Nights. As a guest, I might go just, since I've never gone to one before. So, but the general person side of things, the answer to this is, I don't see the difference really for most people that label themselves extreme haunted houses aren't really extreme. They might touch you a little bit on the shoulder or on the arms or something. They might say your name. They might touch you with a rubber snake or drop, rubber spiders on you or something like that. I mean, it's not extreme to me. If you can do that in the aisle of a retail store, it's not extreme. So with that, I got mixed feelings on it. It's not really my cup of tea, but then I don't drink tea. So, there you go. And with that, I'd like to know, what's your thoughts? Go ahead and leave a comment down below. Would you be a part of working an extreme house? Would you go in as a guest of an extreme house? Are you a general person? And what's your thoughts on extreme houses? We already know Felicia's answer. We know my answer. What is your answer? Leave a comment down below. And as always, if you like this video, tap the like button. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. Make sure you tap the bell icon. That way you become part of the notification squad and you get notified the moment that I upload. And I will see you in the next video.